We are. It's true. We're not going to deny it.
The reason I say that every time is because our little window makes a little explanation that says, you're live.
And Robbie has a medical disorder where wherever she sees words, she has to say them out loud.
Well, especially with an exclamation point after it.
Robbie, what does that say?
Important announcement, apology.
No, I meant... important announcement, apology. Oh, okay. We'll dig right into it. I wanted Robbie to read the headline, which was at the Real McCoys Real Long Agenda. I thought, maybe you're getting better. That maybe your disorder is improving.
No, I read the most relevant thing on it, which was the first item.
Important announcement, apology, is that Matthew Swanson, this guy, has an important telephone call that he has to get on in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Are you my priority? I'd like to say yes. Is it true? Not in this particular case. I have a job, and my employer wants to talk to me on the telephone.
Oh, boo.
So that we can have an important meeting and continue... What? Why are you so surprised?
I thought it was a different sort of
We have
meeting.
important meetings from time to time.
I thought you had a doctor's appointment.
Well, I was trying to be elusive, and now you forced me to lie to the children, Robbie.
You chose to lie.
You blew my cover story.
You chose to lie.
No, I was merely misleading them. You are the one that turned it into an open deceit. I have a doctor's appointment. There you go. Thank you, friends.
I was going to say, you're not more important than his other job. You are... No.
Robbie reads chapter 12 of The Real McCoys. We're moving forward. And I might not be here the entire time, so Robbie is going to read it.
I'm going to have to wing it by myself, you guys.
If you guys have questions for Robbie that you don't want to ask in front of me, this is the perfect time.
Embarrassing things that I can tell you about Matthew?
Embarrassing things or just like top secret intel about... There we go. I already got it to the right place in the book. We are reading on page...
Are we jumping right in?
We are, because of the limited time situation.
Well, I can read without you. We should do the stuff that we can't do without you first, and then I can read when you...
If you are prepared to improvise an agenda on the fly,
yes,
I am
look how many jokes we already have.
Let's do it.
Okay. From El Puppy, of course. Why didn't the bear eat dessert?
The bear was not interested in dessert because the bear was watching his waistline.
No.
The bear was barely interested in pie.
I have to say, this is a slightly misleading joke because the thing that makes you think that is the thing that you should think about, which is that it's a bear, is irrelevant.
All right.
It could be anything.
Please go ahead. Tell me.
Because he was stuffed.
Oh, that's a dark joke. This is a dead bear on the wall?
Well, you could change that. You could change that to why didn't Eddie the owl eat dessert?
Oh, I like that. I like how you redeemed that because he's stuffed in a non-sad way. He was fundamentally made to be stuffed.
Yes.
All right.
What do you call a sad coffee cup?
A mug. Mug and collie? No.
I give you credit for the effort.
Yeah?
Yeah, but it's no.
I don't know. What?
Depresso. Like espresso, but depresso. Wow.
Okay.
I had to explain that to you.
Yeah, I blame the joke, not me.
All right,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. All right.
How many books fit in an empty backpack?
0 books fit in an empty backpack because then it's no longer empty. Is that the correct answer?
Yes, although they say 1 because after that it's not empty.
Okay. All right, fair enough. I think we had the same basic idea.
Yes,
okay. Are these all El Puppy all the time?
No, we've got a bunch of different people.
Okay,
We've
all right.
got Roscoe did the backpack and Lamb and Turtle, who's been with us since 1220.
What is this that Kylie sent us?
Kylie
is that wheat?
No, those are hand clasps.
Oh, they're hand clasps. I thought they were sheaves of wheat. I thought we were going to mill some wheat and make some whole grain flour.
Matthew's emoji game is very weak.
I can't tell from here. I know that those are bears. All right. What else? Do we have any more?
There was a...
What cow moves? What cow... Is that set up for a joke? What cow moves? I don't know what kind of cow moves. A bovine, a milk and
I'm not even sure what the question is. What cow moves?
You're going to have to help us there, friends. We're not sure. Why did the skeleton not go to the ball, Robbie?
Am I have to guess this?
Yeah.
Why did the skeleton not go to the ball? Does it must have something to do with bones.
It's pretty good. I like it. Why did the skeleton
is that your doctor?
not go to... I don't think so, but it's possible. Should I check it?
Answer?
All right, I'm going to go check it. Robbie's going to have to answer her own joke.
I don't know where the phone is now. All right, sorry everyone. All right. What cow moves? The one that moves past your eyes. But there are other ones that you don't see. Does a cow move? Does a cow in an empty forest? Whatever that tree joke is. Does if a tree falls in a forest, does anyone hear it? If a cow moves out of my eyesight, does it actually move? Yes, it does. All right. Oh, Roscoe Holcomb is really E1. Hi, E1. All right. Do you guys have questions about Matthew? Things that I can reveal to you when he's not in the room that maybe are embarrassing? That's probably not the right thing to do. I won't embarrass Matthew. I'm going to read to you now from chapter 12. All right? I think that was maybe Matthew's doctor. Just, his doctor showed up early. What's up with that? I mean, because we're doing doctor's appointments on the phone now. All right. Okay, get ready. I'm going to start reading. Okay, chapter 12. The Telltale Backpack. My heart is pounding when I get back to the classroom. I look over at the row of backpacks hanging along the wall, and Emily's is still there, stuffed so full that the poor zipper looks like it might give up at any second. I want to go over and rescue Eddie right away, but I am on very thin ice with Mrs. Bunyan, who hasn't yet recovered from the hug. As I sit down at my desk, she gives me an awful look because, once again, I have been gone a really long time. I get the sense she is deciding whether to send me straight back to Principal Jones when Nurse Crockett comes in and tells her that Emily is sick and is heading home. She has come to collect Emily's things. I panic. Only moments remain until Emily and her backpack and Eddie leave the school. If I don't act now, I will regret it forever. Mrs. Bunyan and Nurse Crockett are deep in conversation about which local grocery store offers the best holiday savings. Acme, of course. 2 for 1 this week on candy canes. You know what? Acme is our local grocery store. It is literally called Acme. Get out of town! I couldn't believe it myself. Tee-hee-hee. Fortunately, Nurse Crockett has a funny way of laughing at the end of every sentence, so all the kids are focusing on how goofy she sounds. Oops, I gotta turn the pages. Now that Matthew's not here, I gotta remember to turn pages. Which gives me a chance to walk over to the pencil sharpener at the back of the classroom near the hooks where the backpacks hang. I stand there sharpening really loudly to let everyone know that my pencil is good and dull, and that it's going to take a long, long time to get it sharp again. In the meantime, Mrs. Bunyan and Nurse Crockett move on to a rousing discussion of their favorite cookie recipes. You know what? I'm going to pause for a moment and close the door so that we don't have to listen to Matthew's phone conversation over here in the other room. Hopefully you told some jokes while I was gone. Sorry about that. All right, back to the story. In the meantime, Mrs. Bunyan and Nurse Crockett move on to a rousing discussion of their favorite cookie recipes. Ginger snaps? Nope. Almond crescents? Getting colder. Snickerdoodles? Yes, snickerdoodles. Tee-hee-hee-hee. Very slowly, inch by inch, I creep towards Emily's backpack. Somehow, incredibly, no one has noticed what I'm up to, and I cross my fingers that the hilarious show at the front of the room will keep going long enough for me to rescue Eddie. Mrs. Bunyan and Nurse Crockett are now discussing where each of them will be spending the winter holidays. With my folks in Jersey, with my boyfriend in Tampa. Amen, sister. Tee-hee-hee. I figure that at some point they will remember that there is an actual human being waiting in the nurse's office, which means the time is running out. As I reach for the zipper, I don't know how to feel. On one hand, I want to find Eddie inside, so that things can get back to how they were, and so that Principal Jones can see that I'm amazing too. But on the other hand, finding Eddie in Emily's backpack would mean she'll never be the soup-hating, slug-loving new best friend of my dreams. I want to open the backpack, and I don't. I want to have it both ways, but I can't. While I have been thinking, the discussion at the front of the room has finally turned to Emily herself. Is she going to be okay? She'll be fine, just a little stomach bug. I'm sure we both agree that... Oops, I forgot to turn the page. Oops, I turned the wrong direction. There we go. Or did I just... Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do two things at once. It's a little hard for my little brain. All right. While I've been thinking, the discussion at the front of the room has finally turned to Emily herself. Is she going to be okay? She'll be fine. Just a little stomach bug. I'm sure we both agree that she should brush her teeth before we send her home. Well, I don't know if that's absolutely necessary. Tee-hee-hee. They're winding down. It's now or never. I turn off my brain and shift into cold-blooded detective mode. I tug as hard as I can, but the backpack is so full that the zipper won't budge. I tug and I tug. I'm making the tiniest bit of progress when an unmistakable voice cuts through the air. What you doing, Slim? Ugh, it's Tracy Dublinger, saying my detective name for the first time in her life. She says it loud, on purpose loud. Mrs. Bunyan's head snaps up. Get back to your seat this instant, Moxie McCoy. And I don't know what to say next. I'm moments from uncovering the truth, solving the mystery, and saving the day. All I need is a few more seconds. If I get sent to the principal's office before rescuing Eddie, all is lost. But nothing, says Mrs. Bunyan, grabbing the bowling pin off her desk and marching to the back of the room. I tug with all my might, but the zipper stays stuck, and Mrs. Bunyan keeps coming. Closer. I'm tugging at the zipper with every ounce of courage, patience, and wisdom I can muster. And closer. I'm just bringing Emily's backpack to Nurse Crockett, I say between breaths. I've got it right here. And closer. Just one more second. But like a bad cold you know is coming, but can't seem to shake, suddenly Mrs. Bunyan is there. She grabs one of the backpack straps, and I keep my right hand on the other as I continue to tug on the zipper with my left hand. Nurse Crockett stands there with her jaw around her ankles. My classmates are too stunned to move. Mrs. Bunyan and I are playing a mighty game of tug-of-war, both of us straining with all our might, neither one willing to give an inch when finally the zipper comes unstuck, just a bit, and when it does, I see a little tuft of brown fur inside. Eddie, I say. In my surprise, I let go of the backpack just enough that Mrs. Bunyan is able to wrestle it away from me. She hands it to Nurse Crockett, who scurries out the door as if the classroom were about to explode. Which, in a way, it is. Mrs. Bunyan looks at me like a hockey stick looks at a puck. Oh, we've got a long chapter again here. All right. You get out of this classroom right this minute and don't come back for the rest of the day. But for the rest of the week. If you'll just listen for a second. For the rest of the year. Oops. Why did I keep doing that? Here we go. I'm pretty sure Mrs. Bunyan is not allowed to send me to the principal's office for the rest of the year, but it seems like the wrong moment to point this out. I take a deep breath and grab the bowling pin. As I walk out the classroom, I hear someone say, I think her little brother might have stolen Eddie. At first, I can't tell who it was, but when I whip my head around, I see the beady eyes of my least favorite Dublinger staring at me. Of course, I want to go back and shove a sock into her smirking mouth, but it's clear that my last best chance to clear Milton's name and save poor Eddie is escaping quickly down the hallway in Emily's backpack. And so I take a deep breath and head for the main office. I will deal with Tracy later. As I walk down the hall, I'm surprisingly nervous. On one hand, Principal Jones told me that I was not, under any circumstances, to keep looking for the crook. But technically, Eddie is a missing person. And so, of course, I have to let her know that he has been found. And, of course, she has to forgive me, right? I'm pretty sure that this is how things work, but I can't remember any situation quite like this in any of Annabelle Adams's adventures. And so, for the first time all day, I'm not exactly sure what to do. Somehow, I have to give Principal Jones all the important information before she locks me in the dungeon with Mrs. Breath and her dictionary. I try to think of the best words to use, but all my best words seem to be missing. All right, I'm going to stop there. I feel like that's a good pausing point. Dun, dun, dun. Headed to the office. All right. Let's get back to me. Ba, ba, ba. All right. I see that some of you have some questions. Or one of you has a question. What's my favorite animal, Robbie? That's a hard question. Because I have lots of favorite animals. My original favorite animal, all growing up, was a hippopotamus. Because they're so chunky and cute. They just have those faces. But then I learned that they are terrifying. And they attack whatever they can attack. And they're not very nice, even though they look like they're smiling all the time. So I'm kind of down on hippos at the moment. I really like meerkats because they stand up and they have those big eyes and they look like they're paying very close attention to everything that you say and do. So I like meerkats. I also like sloths because they're slow and they hang from trees upside down, which is such a weird thing that seems uncomfortable to do, but they are totally down with it. So there you go. All right. What else? Oh, I have to consult the agenda. Let's see. We assess the remaining time. You ask questions. Okay. You ask questions until Matthew has to slink off to his phone call, which he's done. Is he back?
No.
He's not really back.
I'm in the virtual waiting room.
Oh.
Yeah, but I should probably stand there
right.
reading my virtual magazine and watching the virtual clock on the wall. I think I'm supposed to be present. So snap, snap, snap if it's time.
All right.
How did Robbie do without me, you guys? I want to know.
I didn't do great. I didn't do great.
Robbie
contemplates the question of whether to continue with Matthew or whether to wail, despair, weep. I chose to continue.
Well, no, now the point is, now that you're done with the reading, and I'm going to leave you, you have an important...
that's it.
Yeah.
The agenda has left me awash.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Well, that's why I thought maybe you might do some wailing, some weeping, some gnashing, some clawing.
Maybe somebody has some quick questions for Matthew that he can answer while he's here.
Matthew's going to literally go within a minute, so get that questions on.
Oh.
We also can sort of slip gracefully into
just silence.
Or just end this call,
You know,
accepting that not all calls have to be half an hour long.
I'm going to tell you something, Matthew.
What?
I only read half of the chapter. I could have just kept on going.
I was kind of thinking that would make sense given you had some time to spill. You could get back into the rest of the chapter. That's another opportunity. You could see what people clamor for.
Matthew,
love sloths.
what is your favorite animal?
My favorite animal is no animals in my house, so that I don't have to deal with the sound and the smell and the need.
That is not the question.
What is my favorite animal? My favorite animal is an animal that's outside my house.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Can you just answer the question the way that people want it to be answered?
Someday, when I don't have 43 children, I would like a Boston Terrier named...
Is that your favorite animal?
I think so, yeah. The Boston Terrier is a delightful animal. It is of compact size. It has great enthusiasm. Even if it wants to jump up and knock you over, it can't.
They are super cute.
They're super cute.
If they refuse to take a walk or whatever,
no,
you
they
can
don't.
just pick them up.
They don't refuse. They always go with you. They always love everything you say and do. They're a very affirming dog. So someday, when current situations evolve, I would like to have a Boston Terrier. My children want me to name the Boston Terrier now, but I'm going to wait until I meet the Boston Terrier.
We came up with a good name, though.
None of the names were acceptable to me. The children have a whole...
I came up with a good name. I can't remember what it was,
Robbie selected the last dog, so I get to select the next dog, I think, in the greater scheme of things, and name the next dog. I'll let people give ideas, but ultimately I'm going to take a dictatorial approach to selection and naming of the dog.
We do not have 43 children. That was a wild exaggeration. We have 1/10 of that.
We have less than 1/10 of that, and
4.3
yet it
children.
feels like more. What else do we have?
There was another question. Do your sisters also like to draw? I think that was for me. I think you said that you had sisters. I have one sister, and I have one brother, and they are both older than I am. You know what? My brother likes to draw. Oh, where's my card that I was going to show you guys?
I think you filed some things into a filing cabinet.
No, I left it out, I think, because I was going to show you guys. Darn it. I had something to show you. My brother used to like to draw, but I think he, for some reason, stopped. My sister...
Is this it?
The happy birthday?
No, sorry.
No. My sister is 4 years older. I don't know if she likes to draw or not. She likes knowing exactly what's happening. She's kind of like she's very good at following rules. So what she does, she actually does the Japanese art of tea ceremony, which is very, very, there's all these very specific rules and, wonderful things that, if you know about tea ceremony, all these sort of, secret messages when you're doing things a certain way. It's sort of telling your guest something about the tea and about the you and about the weather. I don't know. It's a very complicated. It's not free form. It's like there's definite rules. So that's the kind of stuff she likes doing. My brother's now a gym teacher. And I don't know if they like to draw. I think I kind of got a monopoly on the drawing. My dad likes to draw and is very artistic. And that's what I was going to show you, but I can't find it. I found an old birthday card he had sent me that had these little bears on it. That was super cute. I will dig it up and I will show you guys next time. Okay? Sorry. All right. What did Winnie the Pooh say to his agent? Wow, you guys know about agents? All right. What did Winnie the Pooh say to his agent? I don't know. Show me the honey. That's from that movie, Jerry Maguire. That was funny, Matthew thought that was funny. Good job, whoever. Sharon, thank you. All right. M, which I think maybe is Adrian. I don't know. My younger sister likes to draw, and she is very good. I learned how to draw Milton from you last week, but it's about all I have accomplished with art so far. That's okay. You got to start somewhere. And you know what the great thing about drawing is? The more you do it, the better you get. You just get better at it, no matter what.
I have a question.
Yes.
Would you guys like Robbie to teach you how to draw more things? I want you to tell us, because I think Robbie is reluctant.
I don't actually know how to draw.
Right. So please override Robbie's reluctance by saying how much you would like her to teach you to draw more things, if in fact that's true. Not if it's not true.
Maybe give me some suggestions of what I should try to teach you how to draw.
An artichoke.
Because then I can practice beforehand. It's this off-the-cuff drawing that I'm really terrible at.
Double-decker bus.
Double-decker bus. Oof.
Pangolin.
Oh, that might be fun.
Pangolin and artichoke have a lot in common, actually. They have similar.
They have that scaliness.
Yeah. Double-decker pangolin. I'm just saying these are possibilities.
See, that's where things get. That's what I like to draw. I like to draw things that you can't actually check online to see if they've been drawn correctly.
Write us some emails with suggestions of things you would like to have Robbie teach you how to draw at Matthew@RobbieandMatthew.com or
info.
Well, either one. They both work, frankly.
We've been telling you info.
We have. I didn't tell you that I have a secret.
It actually goes to Matthew's
email address that's just Matthew@RobbieandMatthew.com. Mix it up. Use either one. Surprise me, friends.
They all go to Matthew anyway. None of them go to me, just so you know. So don't say anything mean about Matthew and them thinking that they come to me, because I can't be trusted to respond properly to emails.
If you have constructive criticism for Matthew, please send it, even if you think it might hurt my feelings. I like to improve my performance, and the only way I can do that is by getting constructive feedback from viewers, or deconstructive feedback. But if you give me deconstructive feedback, one of my arms might fall off. I might get deconstructed.
Oh.
See what I'm saying?
I think you have to explain what deconstruction is.
To take something apart.
It's the opposite of construction.
It's to deconstruct. It is to take apart. I think it's time for me to go away for good, my friends. Is it time for you to go away for good, my friends, too?
I think it's time for me to go away for good because nobody wants to just sit here and listen to me.
Somebody probably. I bet you
Even
and El Puppy.
Mr. Funny Pants says Robbie is definitely the best.
Why is Robbie gaining a growing army of just absolute admiration? I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to beg for it. I'm not going to ask for your approval.
Double-decker pangolin, which was your idea, gets an extra.
Am I supposed to take that as a surrogate for love?
Yes.
Okay.
That is saying Matthew is great. Matthew came up with a great idea.
Thank you.
We love Matthew too.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll take what I can get these days, you guys. See how I'm way off to the side and Robbie's right in the middle?
I did that just because I didn't think you were coming back.
There's lots of things. See, she thought she could just usurp me, just put the crown on her head and knock me aside to the side. Oh, well, there's somebody wrote something long.
Wow. I heard today that one of our neighbor's kids took home the class pet. Hamster for the weekend, and now no school. Oh my gosh, that's tough.
Whoa.
You just inherited a hamster.
That is rough.
No school, parents not exactly thrilled. Maybe I can draw a hamster.
Thank goodness.
I can draw a hamster, you know why?
Why?
Because babies ruin everything. It has a hamster in it.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
That was something that Erin Stein, our editor, was really excited about.
She's a big hamster enthusiast.
She's a big hamster fan.
And I don't mean that she's big and a hamster enthusiast. She is very tall, but she is a very significant her enthusiasm is large.
Yes.
Almost as tall as she is.
Yes.
Friends, we're going to go.
All right.
It's been nice spending this time with you. I will see you later.
Matthew, don't look at the comments.
Why? Uh-oh. What's that?
It's just.
Oh, no. You know what? You know what I like? I know what you guys are doing. You know that Robbie is wrenchingly insecure.
Yes,
and needs your approval.
More propping up than Matthew does.
Whereas, I don't need
Matthew
you people.
Matthew doesn't need.
I don't want your love. Keep it to yourself. All right, we gotta go, friends.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you for coming. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye. End stream now.